All right, welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel. My name is Keith Lamar. Welcome to the Beat Cafe. This is my 2026 studio tour. Let me see about myself. Producer, boom bap producer out of Jersey. Boom bap, sample bass, instrumental artist. You know, that's how we cook up. So I got the little Beat Cafe going. It's my sanctuary. It's my label brand, all that. So, I've been releasing beat tapes and instrumental tapes the past couple years, past 2 years. So I figure, I get into more production videos and like things of that nature. I've been doing reels and shorts and stuff like that. Beat Cafe is kind of where I came up with the name, doing those little IG videos, cooking up. So taking it to YouTube more and more. So let's get into a studio tour of my setup. I got some new stuff, so I figured like why not start my first long form video kind of that way. And that's one of my favorite type of videos to watch on YouTube. Like studio tours are dope. Sometimes y'all don't be showing the gear though, so I'm gonna show y'all the gear pretty. Like I'm gonna keep it fluid and just kind of go one shot without too many takes. I'm not the biggest editor. I'll get better, of course. But we're gonna flip the camera around and we're gonna go right into the desk. It's a lot of stuff, but not a lot of stuff. It's kind of a simple setup, a simple, like I said, a simple setup, thought out setup for how I make my music. So we'll kind of just go left to right, I guess. Or maybe we'll just start here. So we're gonna start out with the centerpiece. So I produce Maschine all day. So we got the Maschine MK3 again. The GOAT, the lead, whatever. If you know. Shout out to all my Maschine users. A lot of talk on Maschine lately, but we're gonna get into that a little bit in the video maybe. But I'm gonna do another video gear talk type thing because I've been kind of inspired to do some videos about gear and with the new MPCs. We got that right there, so we're gonna talk about that. So yeah, so we got the Maschine. I do everything in Maschine. Chop up the sample, drums, bass, everything. I got it up right now. I arrange it, the Maschine. I do my mix. So I know it was like, what? You don't use I don't really use a traditional DAW for most of my music because the type of music I make, and just the workflow that I like, it just works for me. So I do so Maschine is what Knife Wonder said, when the beat comes out of this, don't touch it. I did it. So, I just did the new update, which ain't nothing too crazy. They got the little, I do like how they did the mixer thing, but we'll get into that. So Maschine is my go-to production tool, software, whatever. So it's my baby. I love it. I got love-hates with it, of course, like anything, but we'll get into that. Like I said, so we got Maschine. Running Maschine, we got the M1 Mac Mini. So this is a 2020 Mac Mini. It's the first one that they dropped. Back to Maschine. I've been rocking Maschine since MK2. The MK2 is down there. I gotta fix this right there, next to my Arturia Mini Lab, whatever. But MK2, then I went to the MK3. But yeah, I got the M1 Mac Mini. It's a 2020. 2020 Mac Mini, 2 terabytes storage and 16 gigs of RAM. I got this thing refurbished on eBay 2 years ago. I paid $450. So it's a beast. It's great. All the M1 computers are fire. My sister, she bought an M1 MacBook Air the year it came out, and she still uses that. So, and I know people that got M1s, M2. The M joints is fire. So if you hesitant on getting an M1, I don't think nobody is at this point, but like I said, I got this joint for $450, refurbished, eBay, 2 terabytes, so maxed out basically, 16 gigs of RAM. And for me, like I don't use a lot, like I said, more production style, samples, one shots, a lot of like textures and different like effects. I use a lot of stock plugins with Machine when it comes to like EQ, compression, saturation, things of that nature. I don't use a lot of crazy plugins. I don't have a lot of third-party plugins. That's just not my way of. I got a lot of sample like folders and drum loop folders. Not a crazy amount, but yeah, I don't go crazy. But even when you load in a bunch of plugins, if you use Logic or you use whatever and you use a lot of plugins, this can handle that. Like, you good. Video editing, again, I use CapCut, sometimes DaVinci Resolve, the free version. I do small stuff, so it's cool, but this is not gonna be great for like a lot of video, but this stuff is perfect. So we got the M1, we got Machine. Let's go this way. Interface, we got the Quantum ES4 interface, the PreSonus joint. I like this one too. Good price. It came with Fender Studio, so I kind of, or Studio One at the time. I'm pointing to the logo, like, well, y'all can see it. But I use Studio Pro for like my projects, the mastering page, the mastering, the projects page thing when I do like a whole tape. So I really like using Studio One for that. So having this, I was able to get a better interface than I had. Desktop, you know, I could see everything. The universal control, I actually use a lot. I keep this up because it just looks cool when you're making beats, when you're doing stuff. And I got a free software with it that's really dope. Like tracking stuff out, recording vocals when I do, which I don't do a lot. But yeah, we got the Quantum, we got the M1, we got Machine, and we got most of the USB stuff. So running to the CalDigit little hub. So, you know, just kind of routing things that way with the CalDigit joint. Shout out to Doom. Yeah. So now back to the gear. Like I said, that's the main joint. Then we go over here. This is probably the next oldest thing that I have. That's like the Machine and everything. Is the Yamaha Reface DX. This is a miniature version of the DX7, like an 80s synthesizer. So they made a bunch of refaces. They made the DX, they made like the organ, they made the CS, which is a digital synth, and they made the CP, which is like a Rhodes. So I've had this for a little bit. This is fire. And with Machine, you know, it doesn't record audio like any DAW does, so you just kind of sample in. There's a lot of crazy patches here. There are 4 different banks with 8 sounds per bank. You can go to effects, and then you can like change the effects here. That's the reverb. You can dial it up. It has like a little touch strip thing, which is kind of fire. This is ill. I haven't even dived in deep into this thing too crazy, but again, loading some samples in, like again, sound selection, sound design. That's why I got it. I wanted to get more into that with my sampling. Like I always sample from, you know, in the last couple years, Splice, but I stopped doing Splice, but I've been using TrackLib for the most part. And then got the record player for records, of course. But like, I'm all about gravitating good sound selection, good samples, sounds you can just kind of take and then manipulate, chop up, do your thing. So that's kind of my flow. So we got the DX, Reface DX. If you want a synth, it's been going up in price lately. I think it was like $350 when I first started looking at it, and then when I ended up buying it, it was like $450. Sometimes it'd be $5, like $4.99, but anywhere between $350 and $450, I think is cool to get. If you want a synthesizer, again, 37 keys, not too big, not too small, pretty good. So then we're gonna go back over here. We're gonna get to them. So then we got the record player. This is new as well. These next three are like the newest things. I've had these all for like a week, not even. Like I said, this stuff for a little while. Before we get to that, we'll go to the monitors. Yeah, we'll go to the monitors. We got the Adam Audio TS7s monitors here. I like those a lot. Before I had these, I've had these for like 2 years now. Before I had these, I had the Yamaha HS7s, which I fucking love those. I sold them when I wasn't really producing that much. So I kind of was just like sitting on them. So I was like, I ain't really using these. I ain't making no music. So I sold them. I kind of regretted selling them fairly quick, but I was like, whatever. So when I started to kind of like make beats more, I had my boy, he let me borrow up here his monitors, some like PreSonus monitors. And then I just threw those in like my living room for my record player that I listen to music with, and I got these. So these were a good price, perfect size for like this smaller room, and just even for like future, like a bigger room, these are nice. And over the years, like, you know, we start to learn how they sound. Like nothing's treated in this room, which is fine. It is what it isn't, but like, you know, we get the job done. You know, you learn the sound of the headphones, yes, and also of the monitors. They look really nice and they sound great. So I love these. I will recommend these 100% to people for sure. HS7s are great though. Those are goats. So if you want those, get them. But these are really nice. And if you got a little more money, I think the other versions of these are better. The 9s, and then they have another. This is the TS7. So I think there's a 9 for this, and they have like the A something. Like those are the better versions. So Adam Audio, I like these. All right, so we got that. We got the record player. Like I said, this is the newest thing along with the mixer and the sample. So we got the LP120. I got the USB one, I think by mistake. I think I should have just got it don't matter. It's only hooked up to this, but yeah, they have a USB one and they have a non-USB one. So this has USB capability, but we ain't doing all that. So I got the record player. I like it. So even minus sampling, of course, but like I could just play some records that I got. Like, 'cause I got like old stuff and I got like, you know, new records to just collect. So I'll be just jamming. Sit back. So we got the record player. Nice, perfect. So we got the record player going into the Yamaha mixer. So obviously machine is hooked up via the computer. Software, we got that going. All the hardware is connected to the mixer. So we got the record player going into the mixer 5 and 6, MPC sample going into 9 and 10, and then we got the Yamaha going into 7 and 8, and then we got the outs of the mixer going into 2 and 3 on the interface. So I wanted to get a bigger interface, but I don't have enough space for that really, and even the budget was like, the one that I wanted to get was like $1,000. It was like, even if I got it, was really nowhere to put it, because I wanted more inputs, because I knew I was getting this. I didn't have it at the time, and I was like, yo, I gotta get a record player, like for the room, because I want, you know, I haven't been digging as far as records in the past year. I've been just getting like samples from like YouTube, like or TrackLib. Like I like to sample real songs, but TrackLib has been really great for that, because you get the license and there's real songs that you can find that people don't have. I was done with that Splice stuff. I use Splice for drum loops really anyway. I mainly use it for like sounds and not samples, not too much. Every now and again I run across a sample on Splice, but like, yeah, Splice got heavily used when it came to samples too much. So for me it was like drum loops, sound effects, one shots, kind of stuff that I don't have that I want off the fly. But so TrackLib, I'm digressing, but everything going into the hardware, and the hardware going into here, and then that's going out. So when I've been running Ableton sometimes, so I could run the setup with Ableton. I could track things out that way. Yeah, and I could just kind of like sample in. Obviously I could sample in here, and then maybe just track that out to Ableton. I know there's a way to hook that up. I'm still learning this thing. This thing is connected to this, but it's giving me a freaking feedback loop, which I don't like. It wasn't doing that the past 3-4 days. and that was doing it. And I unplugged it and, you know, did the IT shit. Unplug it, plug it back in. And it didn't do it, and then it did it again. So if somebody can help me, I know it's something with this routing and the feedback that's doing. Because when I unplug it, it's normal. But when you plug it back up, I'm sorry for this video. Like, I'm using like, yes, I don't know. So we'll fix it. This doesn't really need to be plugged up when I really think about it, because this is more of a take on a go, take on a couch. But again, if I do want to utilize it here, I know you can connect it like with Ableton, so I'm gonna do that. And I also got Killer Vic. Shout out to Killer Vic. I got the MPC extractor software. I haven't even messed with it too much. And I got something for the phone. He had another app for the phone that I got. So shout out to Killer Vic. I've been watching those videos on his videos on YouTube with some tips. So this thing is dope though. I made a beat with a preloaded sample. It's gone now, but I just ordered an SD card for it so I can load my, you know, my drum kits that I have and my sample kits that I have. So then I could just worry about bringing in like a sample from here. I sampled a few things from like Tracklab with my phone. So we're gonna get into this. I like this thing. I like this. So I know a lot of people, it's like the hotness right now, the talk of the town and like whatever, and people kind of whatever, but I like it. I think it's really dope, and I haven't even messed with it too crazy, but it's really dope. Simple workflow is like the old school. And again, so speaking of the old school, so like I said, that's the setup. Record player. I don't want to make this video too crazy. Mixer, MPC sample, machine, and again we're gonna have some gear talk about this, and like just this and just gear in general. I've been kind of getting inspired to do like some videos on stuff. A lot of YouTubers, so shout out to the YouTubers and the producer community in YouTube. That's been kind of inspiring me to do videos, and I like the gear talk. We got the Yamaha Quantum TS7s. Oh, we got the Rode NT1. This is the original one from like 2017, 18. Because I know they made a bunch of different ones, but I don't use this a lot at all. I don't record vocals really. I got the Audio-Technica M40s, not the 50s. And then I got some biodynamic headphones. I don't use headphones too much. Like if it's crazy late, of course, I don't want to be fucking disturbing my neighbors. Or if I'm really mixing, I'm listening, I'll do it. And I like these, they're comfy. But I don't like using headphones when I make beats for the most part. Like I like to be, I don't be thinking about throwing those on. I just be here, boom, let's go. But that is, so let me flip this back around. You guys can see my face. Yeah, so that's the tour. That's the setup. I hope y'all like it. If y'all don't, whatever. I like it, but it's coming along. I like it. It's like I said, it's not too much, but it's like the desk is full, but it's like I got room for everything. I feel like I can maneuver everything. Yeah, and it's looking like how I want. I mean, the only thing is a bigger space, you know, but that'll come down in due time. If you saw my setup just like 4 months ago, it was just machine and this my mini lab 2 whatever. Yeah, so, and I got down here, I got my MK2. Like I said, I love my machine. I want to do a video on this gear talk and machine and MPC and stuff. Oh, and I started out, so you know, we doing gear talk, and again, this will go with my video, my next video. This is the old school. This is the way I started out on the MPC 2000, the classic, the legend, the GOAT. I know people love the XL, but hey, the 2000 was my baby. It still works. I gotta upgrade it to the floppy thing, and then, you know, when I get a bigger space, set it up, have it, just somewhere I could just mess with that here and there. Once I fix it though, I might end up sending it to my partner, because I have a production company, 85 Music, with my boy, and he loves this thing more than me. So once I get it working, I might send it to him, and I'm gonna get a 2500. I would love to buy a 2500. That was probably my favorite MPC that I use. And I like the 4000. Yeah, let me flip this around again. The 4000 was fire. I used both of those a few times back in the day. I might have 2000, yes, the 2000 XL a few times, but not a lot. The 2500, that one I just like. There's something about that one I love. But I'm gonna get a new MPC one at some point. But I got this first. Thought that made sense, because I don't want to rush into replacing machine. I want to, but like I want to strategically do, and I want to make sure I'm doing like, not just. I feel like it would be like, I know it's different, but it's one and the same at the moment. So I end up getting this, and then this probably will get me down that journey for the new MPC, but we'll see. This video is kind of long already, but hey, if y'all rocking with me, y'all rocking with me. I appreciate it. Like I said, more videos on the way, more music on the way, music content. I got a beat tape dropping next month, August. Don't Bump the Table. I'm finishing up that, so that'll be out pretty soon. The single should be out within a week, so I'm gonna have that ready. And more content to come, so I appreciate you guys checking in the video. Like it, make a comment. Somebody help me with that feedback if y'all can. It's probably something simple, but I'm not the best when it comes to routing. And again, I don't really need this hooked up like that, but for now we got it. So, but yeah, appreciate y'all watching, and I'm out.